I am going to read We're Off to Find the Witch's House by Mr. Krieb, illustrated by R.W. Alley. And this is one of my favorite books to read around Halloween time. And look at the beginning now. Before the book has even started, you can see they're getting their costumes on. And what does this say here? It says, Halloween party tonight. And after I'm done reading, I'm going to do a little drawing for you to watch. We're off to find the witch's house. Which house? The witch's house. We're off to find the witch's house, but we're not afraid. No, we're not afraid. We're creeping down the witch's street. Which street? The witch's street. We're creeping down the witch's street, but we're not afraid. No, we're not afraid. We're slinking by a blinking owl, a winking owl, a blinking owl. Wave goodbye to the winking owl, watching with one eye. We're skedaddling past a skeleton, a skittle-scattling skeleton, a skinny, grinning skeleton, shake-rattling its bones. We're bolting by Big Frankenstein, the herky-jerky, lurching kind, his heavy head held on with twine. Watch out, don't get too close. Look at his shoes strapped on. We're galloping past a ghastly ghost, a mostly misty, ghostly ghost, a flying, floating, twisty ghost, swishing through the dark. We're rambling past a howling wolf, a scowling wolf, a growling wolf, a hairy, scary, glaring wolf prowling in the dark. Look at that big, big, big shadow. Look at the puppy dog tail and the light showing the shadow of the little dog. We're scrambling past Count Dracula, a shirking, lurking Dracula with flowing cape spectacular and fangs that glow so bright. We're running by a mummy now. I hope we'll make it by somehow. I think I want my mommy now. Here, hold my hand tight. 'Cause we're coming to the witch's house. Which house? The witch's house. We're coming to the witch's house with bats and spider webs. We're knocking on the witch's door. Which door? The witch's door. We're knocking on the witch's door. It opens with a screech. There she is. She's standing there. She's standing where? She's standing there. There she is. She's standing there. And we all scream, trick or treat! Happy Halloween! Oh, look at her costume. They made it to the party. The dog is quite happy. Look at that. They have a big jack-o'-lantern piñata that has cracked open and all the candy's flying off. And look, some of the people have taken their costumes off. Frankenstein did. And the witch took her nose off. Oh, that is wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to draw a little scene, and I'm going to use different parts of the story. So I'm actually going to start with this tree and my little jack-o'-lantern. So let me move this up here, get a sheet of paper, and I'm going to use a pen. So hopefully you can see that okay. So this is not as much a how-do drawing, but just if you want to watch me draw it. And of course, though, you are welcome to try. So I'm looking at the shape of my jack-o'-lantern, and I'm doing some more like sketchy lines. So I've got some of my grass coming here like so, my triangle eyes, triangle nose. I like that this is a happy one. And look, they put just a little 3D element by making a smaller little part in there. So let's make our little smiley happy face on my jack-o'-lantern. I like pumpkin carving. Isn't that fun? So there's that, and then maybe some lines in the pumpkin to show those little areas. And the illustrator just put some little lines in like this for little shadows. Mine looks kind of nervous. There's a little top there. Okay, a little shadow, little stem. Make my little pointer at the top there. Okay, so there's my little jack-o'-lantern here. Maybe there's a little hill going down. I like these little, kind of like little stone things, so I'm gonna add those in. Little parts here, maybe one more, I can fit one more right here. So these are more sketchy lines. There's like a little leaf over here. So now I'm gonna add this tree in. So let's see, add some branches. My branches are gonna go right off the edge. And then just looking like they get a little thinner there. Okay, that one got a little thick there, didn't it? I'll make it a little thicker down here. We'll add some little lines in for texture. And I'm gonna have one bigger branch here because I'm gonna put something on that branch. So a little bit bigger branch there. And just some lines to show the bark and the shadows. And I like how there's some little faint leaves. There's still a little bit of leaves holding on. They haven't quite all fallen down there. And I like how there's some little decorations. So I think I'll add a little ghost. So there's my little ghost floating down here. Oh, he's a happy ghost. I like that. Happy ghost. Okay, a little bit more. Some little bit more lines, some texture in there. Okay, very good. So now, let me put a little here. I'm gonna go through and kind of pick out different things that I like in the book and add them in. So this is kind of nice. I like how there's this little house on the end. Do we think that that's the witch's house? So I'm gonna add in, make sure you can see the edge of my paper here. Wonderful. Okay, so I like how there's this tree here and then this little pathway. So I might have maybe some little bushes here. Maybe this is some different leaves. I'm just gonna add in my little lines to show the texture of the leaves. Just make it look kind of bushy here. And I'm gonna have a nice tree coming up right off the edge, just like this one. And maybe I should do like a little knot in here. Maybe this is, maybe I can add two little eyes that are just sort of glowing on the inside of the tree. I want to make it my own. I'm using a lot of inspiration from this, but I want to make some of the pictures my own, right? So now I'm going to add this little house back here. Let's see, they got the little pumpkin there, little door, some little bushes here. Well, they've got two chimneys. Little edge there. Gotta get that second chimney in there. That's fancy. And I like that the moon is back here. I like in this book, if you can kind of see when they first start out, it's starting a little bit lighter and then it gets darker, so they're changing that sky. But I like having this moon back here. It gets bigger in other pictures. And just kind of put in some little windows. And it's further away, so you don't see as much, you know, as much detail as you would, like every little brick or stone or all the little pieces of wood on the door. So I'm just gonna kind of put in a little bit of detail there. Maybe get some little bushes here as well. Okay, so this is my little, there's a little pathway here. Okay, and maybe this has a little walkway down here. Maybe this is a little stone. So I'm just gonna pop in some little kind of shape so it looks like it's like a little bit of a stone wall. Okay, and then this is, oh look there, I forgot the windows on the side here. I like how the windows are glowing kind of yellow from the light on the inside. So I'm gonna put in some nice dark shadows here, make it look a little bit more in shadow. And a little bit under here as well. I'm doing this whole thing. I could go and watercolor this afterwards, but I'm just putting in some little different values with my pen. The closer I make my lines together, the darker it gets, right? So there's a little shadow. And look at all the little lines and texture on the tree. Isn't that wonderful? You just kind of putting in these little lines to show that it wouldn't be smooth, right? You feel that little rough bark. So that's really nice to show those lines and texture. This would be fun to watercolor. I think I'll have to watercolor it afterwards. Okay, so now, let's see. So this might be like a little path right here. I'm thinking this is gonna be a little path, and maybe I can have maybe another house here. Let me think what I wanna do. Now this is the one I wanna look at for my owl. I'm gonna put my owl right up here. I love how bushy and feathery he is. He's a funny little owl. So let me kind of get the shape of him here. And I like his eye. His eye's kind of wide. He's got that blinking eye, right? So he's looking around. So what is going on here? So he's my little winking owl. And I love how these little lines really show the texture of his feathers. Really, really nice and textured. Okay, so now we're gonna go in here, add these little tiny lines grouped together. And then he's got his little toes, his little talons on there. They're just like little ovals, and a little tail. See the little tail poking behind there? All right, so he's sort of the watchdog, isn't he? I almost feel like he's looking over everything and watching everything as it unfolds. Oh, there's a stone wall. Look back here. Okay, I like the balloons too. Maybe I'll have to add some balloons. Let's see what else we want to add. Oh, there's the owl hiding from behind there. So I'm just looking at different pieces that I want to add in. Oh, a gate might be cool. Let's see. Got the rock there. Oh, I like this kind of thing here. Maybe I'm gonna have to do kind of opposite. So let me make like a stone. Come over here a little bit. Maybe this is like a stone kind of wall here. And it would actually angle this way. And maybe there's a little hill coming up here. Just kind of marking in some of those shapes of the stone. And then the top there would be kind of dark. You might see some outlines. So maybe this is coming here like a little hill. Let me do another one right here. And I think on top of this one, because I didn't put anything there, right? But I can put something on the top of this one because they've got those little bags and things like that. Maybe I will add, kind of have to go in there and add some shadows. Maybe I'll add a tall pumpkin. That'd be fun to maybe color in the light part with yellow color pencil so that oh, he's very happy. Because that way that would kind of protect it and keep it yellow. I'm gonna make him a little bit darker. He's in shadow. And then I could watercolor around it and then get all those nice light colors. Oh, it's a little ghosty bag, It's glowing. Look how they added the yellow around there. I love the illustrations in this book. So this is my little wall here, and this is gonna kind of, maybe there's gonna be a gate. Should we do a gate? This I can go over. It's okay that I didn't draw it first. Just gonna draw some lines. Was there a good gate picture in here? I guess I might have to come up with my own little gate here, because this is gonna be the haunted house on the top, I think. Let's see. Make it a little fancy, a little scroll. And maybe some different scrolls here. I'm just kind of matching whatever I do on one side, I'm doing on the other side. Put some of these lines in here. And then this is gonna curve up and go up a hill. So maybe this kind of, come here, maybe there's like an old tree here. It's a little spookier, but I like all the fun characters, lots of branches. Okay, maybe one over here too, in front of that in front of the moon. Okay, so now there's on top of the hill. This is where I'm gonna put my little house here, and there's gonna be another little tree back here. You see how I worked from the bottom and kind of moved up, because if I had drawn what was back here first, I wouldn't be able to put anything in front of it. So now I'm gonna have a little haunted house back here. And again, it's further away, so I don't have to worry about as much detail. So here's a little porch. Maybe there's a little lantern off of here. Maybe there's some dark bushes in front of here as well. Another creepy tree. But I could still add some leaves on it. And I could add some bats flying. A lot of this are just trapezoids, squares, rectangles, triangles. So it just looks more complicated when you draw more and more things, but really It's not that much. I think this is a nice little thing at the top here, the little gates. And I just draw little arrows and I connect them with a wavy line, just kind of looping down here. Maybe a door that opens up in the middle there. The door is pretty dark. Let's do that. Some narrow windows. I think maybe I need another piece off of here. What do we think? Yeah. So there's my little, I could put some boards over the windows. What about that? Keep out with some little boards. And I'm just gonna make a little texture on the top of the roof. And I'm just doing a little kind of wavy line. You could also do like squares, or look at that. That's just like the letter L going over here, or the letter U, keep going. Okay. Little window on top. So there's my little creepy house at the top. And then I can go in and add more things. Like I love the little spiders coming down. Maybe I could add a little spider coming down. That's kind of fun. Look at that. Oh, he's coming out of there with the little eyes, and maybe there's a cobweb. Look, this would be a good place for a little cobweb here. Let's see. Just connect some of these lines. And I just loop around, jumping, get bigger and bigger. Jump, 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 jump. Keep going round and round. And there's my cobweb. So I think I'd add some more things, maybe some misty clouds, maybe there's a witch flying in the air, maybe there's some bats flying. Color that in nice and dark. Maybe another one back here, and it's further away, so a little bit, looking a little smaller, right? So that's kind of nice. So I could go in and add some more texture into the ground. I could add maybe some more jack-o'-lanterns or different things, but this is just a fun drawing for you to see, and I think I'll work on it some more and then add some colors. That was inspired by We're Off to Find the Witch's House. I hope you enjoyed.